Before we begin this morning's sermon, I want to extend a special Salerno welcome to a lady in this room who was born in the year 1916 and wants to be here today, and that's Mrs. Wade's grandmother, Mrs. Catherine Lowry. Today is Proclamation Day. In Salerno this morning, as in every other school in our country, and wherever Irish people gather around the world, we commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Easter Rising. The 24th day of April 1916 will be a day long remembered in the history of Ireland and in the history of freedom. Shortly after noon that Easter Monday, outside the General Post Office on Sackville Street in the city of Dublin, Father Pierce delivered the proclamation of the Irish Republic for the very first time, marking the start of the Easter Rising. As an earlier poet wrote, they fought with heart and hand to burst in twain the galling chain and free our native land. To begin our short ceremony this morning, we take a step back in time as Alba Greeley recalls for us anew the words of the proclamation of the Irish Republic.
Tabla Nahéireann, the provisional government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which she receives her old tradition of nationhood, Ireland, through us, summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organised and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisation, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army, having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, and, supported by exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe, but relying in the first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible. The long usurpation of that right by a foreign people and government does not extinguish the right, nor can it ever be extinguished, except by the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted their right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times during the past 300 years, they have asserted it in arms. Standing on that fundamental right, and again, asserting it in arms, in the face of the world, we hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign, independent state. And we pledge our lives, and the lives of our comrades in arms, to the cause of its freedom, of its welfare, and of its exaltation among the nations. The Irish Republic is entitled to, and hereby claims the allegiance of every Irish man and Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunities of all its citizens, and declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and of all its parts, cherishing all the children of the nation equally, and oblivious of the differences carefully fostered by the alien government, which have divided a minority in the past. Until our arms have brought the opportune moment for the establishment of a permanent national government, representative of the whole people of Ireland and elected by the suffrages of all our men and women, the provisional government hereby constituted will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in trust for the people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we invoke upon our arms. And we pray that no one who serves that cause will dishonour it by cowardice, inhumanity, or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valour and discipline, and by the readiness of its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called. Signed on behalf of the Provisional Government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, P.H. Pearce, Eamon Cant, James Connolly, Joseph Plunkett.
Misha Era, I Am Ireland, is a poem written by Padraig Pearse in 1912, expressing his longing for Irish freedom and also his despair that he may never see it. It will now be read as Gaeilge by Alva Feeney and in the English language by Lauren Costello.
Misha Ada,
I am Ireland.
Misha Ada, Shinna May na Chailach Beda.
I am Ireland, older than the old woman of there.
Mór Maclóid, May a rug Cú Chullin Croga.
Great is my glory, I who bore the brave Cuchulainn.
Mór Manáid, Machlán Hain a Yíla Wahe.
Great is my shame, my kindred have forsaken their mother.
Mór Mafin, Bin Nogtid a Mahir Chiapi.
Great is my pain, my abiding foe who gives me no peace.
Mór Mavrone, Zaig an Zam in our Chudis Dochas.
Great is my sorrow, departed are those who carried my dreams.
Misha Ada, Wedney May na Chailach Beda.
I am Ireland, lonelier than the old woman of Beara.
Part of the 2016 centenary, every school in Ireland called upon its students to draft a proclamation for a new generation, remembering and reflecting on the hopes of those leaders a century ago, and reimagining the proclamation with a new vision for our time. Ireland is still old Ireland, but with a new mission in the 21st century. Our enemy of 1916 has since become, after many good times and many bad times, our closest friends. Our shores have welcomed new Irish from all over the world, from China and Canada, from Hungary and Pakistan, from Australia and Nigeria and all of the rest, and not least the fine people of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We are grateful to those of you here in Salerno who took the time in the last couple of weeks to put pen to paper to write your proclamation. The proclamation for a new generation that has been selected to form the heart of our ceremony today was written by Aoife Donovan, Sarah McHugh, Charlotte O'Regan and Hannah Pamplin. It will now be delivered by Alana Cameron.
Proclamation for a new generation. Irish men, Irish women, and Irish children. Anyone who considers our country their home and feels the Irish spirit run in their veins. To both our native Irish people and our brothers and sisters who have come to call Ireland home. This year, we renew the vows we made all those years ago, when the Ireland we know was first declared. In 2016, we paused to think about our history as well as our present. We must ask whether we have lived up to the declared promises and hopes of the great leaders of the past. 100 years later, their ideas of a great Ireland live on. In honour of those who founded the Republic and instilled in us the values of the first proclamation, we summon ourselves to show the same courage and pride in facing the adversities of our time. Much has changed for the better in the last century. However, there is undoubtedly more change to come. As a nation, we seek to regain and reclaim our love for this great country and its thriving culture. Our nation is one whose culture is celebrated and appreciated throughout the world. Our music and sports have crossed continents and oceans. We commend those who uphold our Irish games and traditions, and we salute those who cultivate our Irish language in all its richness. Our heritage and culture determines who we are as a nation and makes us a focal point on the world stage. The beauty of our language is second to none, and we must foster a love and admiration for our country in all its uniqueness and enriching heritage. With love and with passion, we endeavour to protect and preserve our unique heritage while still showing appreciation for different cultures. We must pledge to preserve the beautiful landscape we are so grateful to have bestowed upon us. We must ensure a clean and beautiful environment for future generations. We commemorate the patriotic brave who gave up their lives for our right to live the lives we have today, free from foreign rule, deciding as a democracy how this country should be led. As a nation, we pledge to continue to build bridges and reach resolution with those with whom we have been in conflict. Today, we declare the British not only as our equals, but also our friends. Ireland's relationship with the outside world has evolved into something to truly be proud of. One which values international trade and values its place as a member of the European Union and United Nations. A country once insular and closed off has become more open, more diverse, and more tolerant. We must strive to show fairness and compassion to all people. It is essential now, more than ever, that we stand united as the welcoming country we are known to be. We, as a nation, are fortunate to be held in high esteem on the global stage. Other countries look on us for help and guidance, and it is our duty to aid those less fortunate than ourselves. We must make true on the words which we have sworn. As suffering people are driven from war in their own lands arrive in Ireland, we must open our doors and give them aid. We are their last hope. We must strive to fulfill that hope. As a people who are welcomed by other nations in our times of need, we must now make sure that favour is returned. As a nation, we have put down the arms that kill. Now, we must open the arms that embrace. Let us not also forget our own citizens who are in need. We must help the homeless, the needy, and the poor. We must ensure that everyone has the chance to be happy and to be prosperous, and therefore must offer equal opportunity to all in education and in the workplace. Access will not be limited on the basis of address or income. Success not decided by gender or ethnicity. Ireland is a nation rich in generous minds and ingenuity. We must ensure that this country provides us with a proper platform to excel and make the most of our talents. Ireland, we have come a long way, but with political independence comes an entire population to do right by. We believe in an Ireland that listens to its people. We believe in an Ireland that is not afraid of reform, of reinventing itself, of change. The time has come, once again, to unite as a nation, hopefully for a greater and brighter future.
As a consequence of the rising, 466 people lost their lives. 254 were civilians and 40 were children, many of them younger than many of you. That Easter week, the flame was rekindled and hope reawakened. And within a short but bloody few years, Ireland won her long twilight struggle for independence. For these were men and women too, who would not break, who did not lie down, and freedom is a trumpet that shall never call retreat. In ever fond and solemn memory of those brave men and women who fought and died to bring freedom to our country, and the aims which they had in mind, the aims of all who love mankind. And in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in other places in our world who still must yearn for their liberty today, we now observe 1 minute of silence. Terence McSweeney said of the Irish flag, "Wherever it is down, lift it. Wherever it is challenged, wave it. Wherever it is high, salute it." We're now invited to stand and face the national flag As we play our national anthem, Sean,